Okay, sorry, didn't have my microphone turned on there. So let's see here. Wait for this to come up. Make sure we got some audio going here, and we'll jump into today. Gonna have to keep today a little bit more on track time-wise here. I've got a customer coming in. Told me he'd be here 2-3 o'clock, and then texted me a few minutes ago. Was like, "Oh, I'm actually gonna be there about 1:30." I was like, "Oh crap, okay, well." All right, there we go. Sweet. We're live. We got audio. Hopefully the audio levels are better today. So thanks everybody for tuning in. We'll give it a couple minutes here and let some people kind of jump in here. Hopefully we get some of y'all checking this out. And we'll see here. As you can see, came up with a slightly different topic. This one might be a little bit controversial this year or today. We'll see what you guys think of it here. So yeah, so let's actually let me go and share this here. Sure, get anybody in here that we can. Thanks everybody for tuning in. Hello everyone. Make sure to jump in that chat too. Again, this is kind of open forum, live at lunch. We're just here talking and seeing what anybody we'll talk anything moto here. I've got, like I said, I've got a brief topic here with the California Moto Scene, so we'll talk about that for a second. And then we will, you know, like I said, we can kind of freestyle here. If you didn't hear me a few seconds ago, I got a customer coming in here at 1:30 to pick up some wheels. So this one's going to be a little bit shorter today. We'll probably only go about 25 minutes here. Blast this out on Instagram real quick. I know this is enthralling stuff for everybody watching, but I want to thank y'all for tuning in. I want to thank everybody who has joined the members area. I think we're getting close to 10 members now, which is absolutely incredible because I didn't think we were going to have any, to be really honest with you. So it is great to see you guys jumping in there. And yeah, let's put a link up here. Boom, paste, done, boom. And let's do, we are live. Okay, cool, there we go. Post that to stories and hopefully people will jump in there. So anyway, let's see here. Yeah, so all of you, thanks for tuning in, everybody. Really appreciate it. If you guys are liking these live at lunches here, make sure to give us a thumbs up. Make sure to comment down below that you like it, and yeah, we'll keep doing them. Like I said, you guys are. This is pretty cool to have you guys joining me here in the middle of the day. I enjoy talking a little bit here, so we're gonna probably continue to do these. For anybody who hasn't joined the members area, waiting for the 450 Supercross preview, I am working on getting it up right now. I've had some upload issues. Not really sure why. The internet's been a little spotty here. Thanks a lot, Elon. The last couple of days here. So I don't know what the deal is with it, but we seem to be on a good pace right now. I thought we were on a good pace yesterday. For anybody who doesn't know, when you're like uploading, you can fill in all your details and then exit that upload screen, and it's supposed to continue to upload. And I did that yesterday, and it like just croaked out at like 71% and quit uploading. And then I started again, and it quit at 17%. And now we're a little over 50% last time I checked here a few minutes ago. So hopefully we will we'll be fine, and we will get this uploaded here today. If it does upload before I leave the shop today where the computer is, then it will go live tonight. If not, it will go live tomorrow night. So 450 Supercross preview show is coming. And again, I do want to talk about that KTM bankruptcy situation, but we have thoughts in there, things that we talked about on Sunday before we even, before any of the news about the MotoGP contracts or anything came out. So I want that up. I want you guys to be able to see that, see our thoughts there, and then I'll come back and touch on that a little bit. So, all right, let's jump into today's topic here that I kind of put as the title, which is Moto Dead in California, right? And that's a little bit of a title to just garner some interest here, essentially. I don't think Moto's dead in California. Let's just put that out there. I don't think it's dead, all right? What is interesting to me is, and interesting is probably not the right word. It's kind of sad to see there's so many tracks closing in California. Right now, it seems to be a lot based on lawsuits and insurance. But the thing is, too, is like all of these tracks and motorcycle people in general in California are also fighting legislation in the government, essentially, because they keep passing laws about off-road vehicle use and where you can do it and the emissions on them and all this stuff. And we've all known this for years. Like California has just been an absolute shit show when it comes to this kind of stuff. So it's a really weird spot. Now, what the topic really is talking about here is so for years since I've been doing the show here, the last 8 or 9 years, this last month, we'll call it maybe even 6 weeks prior to A1, the California local tracks are usually absolutely packed with pros. And I mean everybody. Absolutely everybody's out there. And I haven't really been seeing that this year. There's been a few here and there, but it's been very, very sparse. And maybe we'll get some more. We're in the final month here, and I'm sure the last like week or two prior to A1 here, we'll really get some more. But for right now, it's really weird. And what really like clued me into this topic the other day was that Tomac did an interview, and he said that he is down at the goat farm until A1, which is very interesting because usually what's happening is Tomac is hiding out in Colorado there at his compound, and then as soon as we get closer to A1, then he goes out to California and is shredding public tracks in California, getting ready. So the fact that he's in Florida is what really tuned me into like, man, this is kind of weird. Like there's something different. Now I know there are still a few Supercross tracks. I do believe that at Fox they build a Supercross track. There's Hemet Supercross there in SoCal, and I know the test tracks are still there. Like KTM, Husky, Gas all have theirs. I know that there's obviously Honda, Yamaha, all of them still have their test tracks out there, right? But the fact that public-wise, there's maybe not as many now, especially with all of them closing here. Elsinore closed up, that kind of stuff. And then, like I said, the lack of videos coming out of guys being in California at this point is a super interesting development for what's going to happen here as we go forward in California with the moto scene. Like I said, between everything that's happening politically, and again, I don't care which way you lean. If you guys follow the show, it's pretty obvious to see which way I lean. It's not really a secret. But there's a lot, and I mean a lot, happening in California that's really detrimental to the industry here. And I don't know what that means for the future of it. Now, do I think we continue to have races there? Probably. But this is part of the problem why the NorCal race is so difficult. You go to Oakland, but Oakland is and no offense to anyone who lives there who follows this, because it's not really you guys, but everything that's involved in Oakland there is like, it's a shithole, okay? Let's face it, the stadium's not great. It's super old, broken down. They don't keep up with it. There's tent cities around it. The roads around it are all garbage. Like, it's not a great place to be, okay? And there's more of those on the schedule, so my Oakland people or NorCal people, like, don't take this personally here. So you can't go there. They went to whatever it was, their Giants state, was it where the Giants play last year, or whatever, the San Francisco Giants there, in like right on the bay, and the pits were 87 miles away. You had to wash the bike before you left the stadium because heaven forbid you get dirt on the street or mud on the street that might accidentally get into the ocean. But hey, you want to take a shit right on the street? No problem. Go for it. Not an issue. Walk right out the stadium where the bikes are riding, where it's clean because you had to wash them. Shit right there. Don't even worry about wiping. Just smear it on the street, call it a day, walk off. Like there are some stadiums there in NorCal that they could go to, but it's just such a debacle doing that. And I'm honestly surprised the SoCal stadiums aren't trickier to do. We get Angel Stadium all the time. That's good. San Diego's got Snapdragon, which is amazing that it's like a newer stadium that's open to having Supercross in there. So like those are okay. But I mean, those are kind of the last of a breed right now. I mean, you got two A1s in San Diego, and that's California there. And then obviously we have Fox and Hangtown for the outdoors. But man, you're talking. There were years that we would go to Anaheim 3 times. We'd go to San Diego. We'd go to Oakland, San Francisco, whatever. There was just so many options. So I don't know what this really does going forward here. But it'll be an interesting thing to watch, and I think it is on the decline, much like a lot of stuff in California. So let's check out some comments here. If Moto was dead here, and this is Dog Lover 136. This is just my opinion. There wouldn't be any tracks open or any dealerships. The ones closest to me are Chaparral and Malcolm Smith. Well, Chaparral's a huge dealership. I've been there in 2017, 2018, whatever, when we went to A1 there. It must have been 2017. It was when Kenny was first on Honda there. We went there. We went to Chaparral, and that dealership is effing huge. So I don't see that going anywhere. But look at your smaller mom and pop places around there, as far as the selling, repairing, that kind of stuff, and see what those look like. I mean, this is a discussion I was having the other day with a guy, actually the owner of ProFlow. Almost all the teams are out of California. Like, they're not in California really anymore. Most of the guys don't train there. I think the only person that I kind of know, top tier wise at this point that's there might be Anderson. But you run down the list of everybody else. I don't know where Kenny's at. I guess I haven't really seen that, but he usually is at Sandbox, so I would assume he's at Sandbox, or he's in NorCal, I guess, maybe with the team. I'm not really sure. Sexton's in Florida, AP's in Florida, Mookie's in Florida, Barsha's in Florida, the Hunter brothers are in Florida, Star is all in Florida, and to be honest, like, Anderson's going, if he's not already, he's at Club. Like, he's going to Club to ride. So, like I said, I don't know. The test tracks are all still there and everything, but there's a lot pointing to there's not a whole lot of life left out there. And like Chaparral does a lot with side-by-sides too, which again are a whole different breed and a whole different realm of things. So, like I said, I don't see Chaparral going anywhere, and things like that. But I mean, in Easy Max says it here, like, tracks are closing left and right out there. I mean, you got LACR, Milestone closed years ago, Elsinore just closed. I mean, this isn't good. This is not good. Cali's expensive. Governor doesn't help. Your governor's he's not a great guy. Everyone in Florida, because everyone probably wanted out of here, which I understand. Yeah, that's 100% true. I'm wondering what's going to happen to Malcolm Smith, especially now. Oh, with the dealership. Yeah, I have no idea with that. That's beyond my pay grade. I don't know. So, So anyway, like I said, California's sweet, and like tracks like Glen Helen, because Glen Helen just does so much. I don't think we'll ever lose that. Hangtown is like an off-road park there, so I don't think we ever lose that one, at least not for a while here. And the Supercrosses, I feel pretty confident that we're pretty safe in San Diego and A1 here, but outside of that, like, I don't know what else we do there. And Fox Raceway is probably okay. And Fox Raceway will probably be there in perpetuity until they decide they need a second casino. And then once they decide they need another casino and they need that space for it, then that's when Fox Raceway will go. Because I believe that's on the Indian land, if I'm correct. And if that is, then yeah, that's fine, because that's outside of governance essentially. So Cali is very beautiful, and to be honest, I wish on a political level it wasn't such a shithole, because I would love to go back to A1. If you follow the channel, you guys know I'm a big Disney person, whatever. So that is like, I love going to Disneyland because that's the original there too. But yeah, I just can't bring myself at this point, with all the politics and all the BS going on out there, to come out there. So anyway, thanks everybody for tuning in here, who's watching here on this live stream. Again, guys, make sure to jump in the chat if you guys got any topics you want to talk about. Like I said, the 450 preview show should be out either tonight or tomorrow night, one of the two. So make sure to check that out. I don't know if Kahia is on Indian Land or not, to be honest with you. Yeah, so make sure to check that out. Thanks to everyone who has joined the members area. Really appreciate you guys. Rock. Hopefully we'll get some more in, and yeah, we'll do the start doing the Thirsty Thursdays here because we're getting close to go time on that. Let's see here. Anything? I was trying to think if there's anything else I've seen here on Instagram today that I thought might be interesting. We are 23 days away here, which is just crazy to think. We are about 3 weeks as of Saturday away from go time here. Oh, speak of the devil, here's an Eli Toman. Sorry, I'm just scrolling Instagram, guys. Just trying to figure out if there's anything super important to talk about. And I got an ET3 video from Alpine Stars MX here of him ripping down in Florida. That guy is going to be, man, I cannot wait. I can absolutely not wait to see what him and Jet look like battling it out this year, because I think those are the two guys right now. I'm just not sure. I'm not sure if Chase can get in there. And again, we'll touch way more on that and the 450 preview show that's coming out here. So Easy Mac Money, just some PC guys here. Yeah, most of the PC guys have to be there because of Mitch. So that's a thing there. Let's see here. Anything else cool there? I don't know. Anybody got any topics you want to talk about here? PC guys being there. They got a huge team. They got an absolutely gigantic team this year, which is absolutely crazy. So that should be interesting to see. Oh, here's Carson Mumford video. Is he going to make it through season? Anybody think he's going to make it through season? He has sparks of brilliance, and I'm glad to see him back on the Honda here since he grew up on one. So that's I think that's interesting and helpful. I've heard some things behind the scenes. They might not be the easiest guy to work with, but again, I don't know. I've never really talked to the kid. Yeah, it's he's had these sparks where you just see he gets a good start and runs up front for 4 or 5 laps or whatever. But will he ever put it together? That's the question. There's kind of this whole group with Geico Honda when that got folded up there that they didn't really get hung out to dry because it wasn't the team's fault, right? This was a sponsorship issue. Geico pulled out way late in the game when they shouldn't have, and it kind of just F'd the team into oblivion there basically. And Mumford was one of those casualties of just like, what do you do? Where do you go? When you have a team that again was much like, say, Star Racing or something like that, where you've got 24 guys on the team between amateurs and the pro side of things, and then all of a sudden that's gone. That's a lot of dudes to move around, which is kind of one of the things with like this KTM deal. Like, I don't know what happens to these guys if KTM and Husky and Gas go away, but that's a bad situation there. So anybody pumped? Oh, here's a Kaida Wolf riding Supercross, which I think is going to be killer to see him come over here next year. He'll be on pro circuit, that's for sure. I know Mitch has been eyeing him up, so I'll guarantee you he has a spot on PC next year, which is going to be super interesting. That these European guys are all coming over to ride Kawasaki, basically. So maybe that's what we'll do tomorrow's topic on. We'll talk Euros that are coming over next year and kind of where we think they're going to go. Because obviously we have Prado, who went to Kawasaki riding the 450 this year, which is interesting. And again, if you want to know all of our thoughts, you can go check out the 450 SX preview show here when that comes up either tonight or tomorrow. And that will give you some insight there. Anybody think that DeWolf repeats this year for MX2 title? Because I'm not sure. Been hearing Justin Hill is ripping at the test track. Okay, well, he's one of those guys that go out and go fastest qualifier, and then turn around and finish 22nd in the main. So he's got a lot of ups and downs. He's going to be a sleeper this year, man. He's had an okay couple of years, but he's still Justin Hill, man. And it's just, there's just not a whole lot there as far as like consistency, right? So again, great rider. I don't really have a problem with him as a dude. It's just like there's a bunch of talent that just isn't it just doesn't get put together the way it should, right? So all right, yeah, so tomorrow we'll talk Euros that are coming over, because I think there's some interesting developments with that, with everything that's happening. Anybody think it's interesting that Rockstar is now not only title sponsoring the Husky guys but the Gas guys also? I'd heard that was kind of the deal that was getting moved around there, but I'm not. Yeah, we'll just have to. I think it's what's the word I'm looking for here? Semantics. I think it's just semantics, right? I still don't know what's happening with the Husky and Gas situation, and we'll talk about that again when we do the KTM bankruptcy. Once we finally get the 450 show out, and I know everybody's tired of hearing of that. Sorry, apologies, but again, there's thoughts in there that I just want to make sure are out there, and then we'll go into the rest of this. Anybody go check out that KTM bankruptcy video I made 5 effing months ago, because again, 5 months ago I was like, uh-oh, blood in the water, there's issues happening here. So yeah, so comment down below with your thoughts on what the state of the moto industry in California. Oh, here's a question real quick before we do this. You think they would throw Deegan on the East to give Jet fits and help Eli for the championship? Absolutely not. And they won't, because Deegan's probably going to be, if for some reason Deegan has issues and he's not leading that title, maybe. But I don't know outside of that they would. And if he has issues, I think the issues are going to be he's hurt. And if he's hurt, then they won't put him on a 450 either. So contrary to what Justin has said multiple times on the 250 Supercross preview show there that we did, I don't believe that we'll see him on a 450 this year. I thought you were talking about KTM today. I was going to, and then I've had upload issues, and the 450 preview show is not out yet. So, sorry, apologies. We will get to that, but I want the 450 preview show to come out. As of right now, we're on track for... Oops. Oh, hopefully we're back. Hopefully we're back there. Okay, looks like we're back. Sorry. More technical issues. All the technical issues. The internet just keeps not wanting to work here. So, anyway, guys, I know I didn't, this wasn't like the best live show we've ever had. We will talk Euros on a future live at lunch here. We will talk KTM bankruptcy on a future live at lunch here. I will be back tomorrow for a live at lunch here. But I got to go because I got a customer showing up in the next 5 minutes. I really appreciate you guys all tuning in. Make sure to like, subscribe, comment. Keep an eye out. 450 Supercross preview show coming hopefully tonight. Maybe tomorrow. We'll see. Thanks for tuning in, everybody. We'll see you tomorrow for a live at lunch.